Posa lama, posa hey. Fate be better than your fave. Southside with a combo. Posa lama, posa hey. Posa lama, posa hey. Posa lama, posa hey. Fate be better than your fave. Fate be better.
What up, hip hop heads? It's your boy Shawn Brooklyn, and today we got heavyweight, an underdog, and she was on our previous show back then in 2015. We got the lovely, gorgeous, Miss Gigi Lamayne.
Yo, what's up? How are you?
Damn.
Good.
I'm
So
good.
awkward, hey? Like, you don't know how to greet a hip hop girl. It's like, should I do
Let
this?
me just do this, yo.
Should I, yay! A hip hop girl is like, oh, yo, what's good?
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Yeah.
So Gigi, man, you were like our first guest on the SA Hip Hop
Yeah.
Daily. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming through today.
Shout out.
So like back then, you were like all indie.
Yeah.
And then Dream Team scooped you up, Dream Management scooped you up,
Yeah.
and then you were indie again, right?
Yeah.
Then Mabala gave you another deal,
Yeah.
and then you went to Ambitious.
Yeah.
Please tell us like your whole journey as a female.
So I mean, Dream Team Management's actually closed down. So that was why why I was initially contacted by Mabala at the time. And then I worked at Mabala. Absolutely amazing time. I got to learn a lot of things. I just think we had our differences in terms of like how I just wanted to work, and from there, Mabala and Ambitious at the time were like the hottest indie labels. They had a very good relationship, and that's how I got to Ambitious. From there, I mean, I think the core of being a musician at the time really, or rather questioning what my voice was like, what my context was like, really came from Ambitious at the time. So I think if Dream Team hadn't closed down, I still would probably still like I'd still be there with the right people who were working there at the time. But now I'm super happy. Like I'm independent. I've got my own team, but I mean I do have people from various sectors who still come in and help me with like whether it's like distribution or publishing or whatever it is. But I'm enjoying the independent life.
I remember like Cooley did Cooley scoop you up?
Yeah. Cooley co-signed me. He was at Dream Team at the time, and I guess that's how the relationship was born, and Ice Cream was born, and that was like my breakout single.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like there's something I want to ask you. Like Miss Peru had like a single with you, La Sauce.
on your lifeline, Peter Pan for a lifetime. Sugar Misa with the helipad, Motown with the cosign.
With all these collabos, why is that happening?
I think something did happen, but I think that was like setting the foundation for it. I think we're going to get a whole lot more females now collaborating with each other. Not necessarily hip hop, but like just across the board. So I mean, there's DJ Happy Girl. She's like huge in the coast, and I've got a song that's gonna drop now where she features me. But I think a lot of these things, from the Baddest remix with AKA to A Baby with Miss Cosmo to Isagalam with Miss Prue, was setting a foundation for us to be able to collaborate, and now it's just like so much easier because somebody else has broken the ice. So I also just think record labels need to get into not just collaborations within the label, like going out, but I think we'll get there.
So do you think if you females have to be like together, you think you can pave the way for the future generation?
Definitely. I think there's more power in working together. But I had a very weird conversation the other day with AKA, and we were talking about. I mean, it was like a round table. Myself, him, Nasty, entertainment lawyer K Malachi. Like they were a label lukewarm, and we were just talking about how sometimes beef can do what you need it to do if you're that kind of artist. I don't think I'm that kind of artist. I'm very competitive, but I'm not somebody who loves to beef with people. But I guess it helps here and there. I'd really like to see what would happen if female rappers like put in there, but at the same time I think we're just making different strides by working together, and it's working for us.
Something like Nicki and Cardi.
Yeah, but the messed up thing about that is I feel like if I were to create a beef, I would make it strategic. Like I would actually sit down with the next person and be like, okay, we're going to beef and this is what we're going to do. I don't think I'm really good at like the genuine beefs, like we can't even sit in the same club, we can't even talk to each other. I'm not really good at that.
Person gets out
Yeah,
of skin.
no, well, I can't. I love eating my burger and not feeling like somebody might have put something in it. So yeah.
So like you recently on a contract and a house.
Yes.
You versatile, so are you jumping on the wave and the house?
You know what? I'm just forelling the game.
So you're an artist.
Forelling the game. Yes. I for the longest time I always felt like because I'd broken into the industry through hip hop, that's all I had to do. And the truth is I was that kid who grew up listening to like Westlife, Boys to Men, UB40, Bob Marley, Lucky Dube, Asha, you know, and I think I just had to go through a certain transition in my life where I just decided, you know what, I'm actually not going to care. Like, I'm a creative at the end of the day, and if this is going to enhance my skill and this is going to get me out of my comfort zone, then I'm going to go and collaborate with a King Munada, you know. And I know a lot of people were like, wow, okay, a female rapper and a house vocalist, how is this going to work out? And I think people were pretty shocked at the result.
But you're killing it.
Yeah, and that's my biggest song. That song is bigger than Ice Cream right now.
Sure.
And that's crazy. As a female hip hop artist, I'm a bit disappointed,
don't you think, like,
but I also get it. Yeah,
platforms are much more different.
Yeah, maybe they are, but at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's if I'm somebody who's going to make history in everything I do, from a one-woman show, headlined by females, whatever it is, like I have to like be honest with the numbers. It's great that I can out rap you, whatever, kill you, stick you under a bus, and murder these niggas. It's great, but if I'm not inspiring more than that, like what is the point? Like what is the point? And I'm inspiring people, showing them that like, look, you can actually get out of your comfort zone, but also like, wow guys, I'm Gigi. I used to have 2 left feet and now I'm dancing on stage. If I can do it, you can do it too, you know. And those are just some of the challenges that came with it. So I know like a few heads have, you know, been like, no, but Gigi, why? Dude, I just dropped Joe Stuck with Youngster. I can rap my ass off, but I'm bored as fuck, so I'm gonna try something else.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah.
Try something else, people. let's go to exclusive, man.
Yeah.
Drop Wolves.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
Oh
track
snap!
number
And you guys
5.
are getting the exclusive, yeah.
Yeah, track
that's
number
crazy.
5, full clip.
Yeah.
You got your Shares, you got Mickey M, you got Oliver.
Duncan.
Yo, it's shoe.
Easy, like
Shoe.
we pulled the whole squad out,
Mm-hmm.
and I think for anyone who's ahead, we know what that track meant. Like full clip, paying homage to the Caesars and Scoops of the world, who really paved the way for us. You know, myself, a Kid X, a Maraza, a Zinga. So many of us went through there. Like I know that I acquired a lot of my fan base.
Don't forget
from
Ginger.
those days.
Don't forget
Ginger
Ginger.
True, of course, the original. Ginger True, and Ginger True used to pull up everybody new. Like, oh, now we have to rap, like, to get into the studio. So all the boys on that track really were part of a very significant time in hip hop, and I felt that no one was really talking about it. And so I just decided to put together the full clip. It's crazy because apparently like F-Eazy and Mickey M haven't spoken in years, and now like they want to join together, and that's something like the whole culture was waiting for. Some people believe Kasi Rap is dead, but I
It's
do
not
believe
dead.
Full clip ignited something again, and that's what I was trying to do.
So you tell me, who has the hottest verse besides your verse?
Ah, my boy. You know what? Everybody came through. I'm gonna answer it like a mother. Like everybody came through their own different ways. I loved all the verses in different ways. So,
Sure.
I absolutely did. You guys must tell us, and maybe the viewers at home can tell us.
I say your verse
Who
is
they?
the hottest.
Who they? No, not eat guys. There are people who butchered on that song. Butchered. I even heard about punchlines today that I didn't even know about. Like judges in the courtroom. I was just sitting there like, what did Duncan say that? It's crazy. So I'm just saying, like, viewers, I mean, people at home can let us know who they feel had the hardest verse.
You made history. You know you made history, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you a clue on that. The first female to make a one-woman show, like that's history. That's the only. I'm the only one that heard about that and seen that. You're the only female that did that. Aren't you not proud of yourself?
I'm super proud. The Gigi Gang show was the first one-woman show, not necessarily, but headlined by female hip hop artists throughout. We also brought back the godmother Shoza Fifi and Cooper and I remember there's like a time when people thought there was a little bit of a beef. We're now working on songs together. I think we've both grown up. So she was out there and like, we're really good friends now.
Where is Fifi? I haven't seen her.
Fifi is actually working on a hot project.
Yeah.
But yeah, the show was just like, you know what? If Nancy can have Ivy's son, if AKA can have the Super Mega Show, if Casper can have Philip, and Ricky can have Cotton Fist, what are the girls doing? And so the Gigi Gang show was born.
Yeah, but I just want to ask you something. Which female do you know made a one woman show?
I know a female that is right now.
Yeah.
She's planning it. Shakana is actually planning like a little, like it's like a show with females. And like it's gonna be absolutely
something
amazing.
Like her story.
Something like her story. Yeah, something like her story. So I'm just glad that like women are starting to really take that baton and run with it. Like just creating their own lanes, booking themselves, supporting each other, you know. So shout out to Shakana for that, and shout out to all the girls who joined me on the lineup. It's not an easy thing to do, guys. Everyone wants us to fight and compete, and for us to really like come together on one day. I'm just happy that it's going to become an annual thing, and I'm hoping that we can like do more from it, whether it's like workshops or, you know, like putting on local acts or whatever. I'm just hoping that as females we get to like express that there is that side to us as well.
It's always going to be in Soweto.
It's going to make the rounds in Soweto. We have had people calling from different provinces wanting us to bring it there, but obviously logistically we need to make sure that we're able to do those things, you know, because we need to know who the local fencing guy is, we need to know who the local sound guy is, we need to know all those different things. And at this point I think we're probably going to branch out in the 5th year, after being in Joburg and acquiring a certain following. And yeah, it's going to be in May, first week of May, until. That's what we've just decided. Always a week after Back to the City. People can expect that period to just be like, Gigi Gang.
Okay, please plug me. Let me be an MC, yo.
Really? Would you like to be an MC? Yeah, you must call me. You must call me like 3 months before the show.
That's my manager over there.
Is that your hi manager?
So where you from, Gigi? Are you from Soweto?
So I'm from the, you know what? I'm from the south of Johannesburg. I like to say south of Johannesburg because Lenasia is under Soweto, but there's also like, it's also got its own kind of like identity when it comes to that. I lived in Eldorado Park, Extension 9 for a bit.
That's the burbs though.
Yeah, it wasn't always the burbs. It wasn't always the I lived there for a bit.
That's why you can speak Afrikaans.
Yeah, like kind of Afrikaans,
so good, eh?
but it's like it's not. Yeah, I'm fortunate. And then I lived in Yeovil for a bit, but that was when my mom was away working. Did a bit of boarding school, but my true identity, I guess, was born in Soweto. In Soweto, like when I started with the raps, when I met Pro, like that whole situation, like yeah.
So you've been to Slakkies?
I was snuck into Slakkies in the front because I was too young to be there, you know. So my brother used to go out there with me sometimes.
Let's talk about your Instagram. I see you having fun.
Actually, my Instagram is empty, guys.
What?
If you knew when the EP dropped, like the Instagram is not empty, guys. It's legit, like it's empty. So I posted all the pictures I've ever wanted to post that are scary and sexy and just like super intimidating and like, oh my god, what is she doing? And then I decided to like delete everything and start again.
Wow.
It's part of a plan. It's part of a strategy. It's part of something that the team has planned. And yeah, like Job Woods is just marked the beginning of something else. And that's how we're gonna take it, and we're just having lots of fun with it. Shout out to my team who are like 90% female as well, just putting it out there. And yeah, the girls are pushing it. Yeah.
Thank you, Gigi. Like I wanna ask you, I got so many things to ask you. I had like a degree in media, and a lot of little girls are looking up to you. So what can you tell them, like if they want to be a rapper or chase the dream, like school or be a rapper?
I think, look, I have an honors degree in media and anthropology, and I feel like if anything, it enhanced who I am now. So the decisions I make are informed. I made sure to go out and get something that would enhance what I already had, which was a music career. So I can sit around a boardroom and give an opinion. I can go and research if I have to. So I just like really encourage them to, no matter how people think, there's no such thing as a silly qualification. Like if you're good at carpentry, go out and do it. If you're good at plumbing, go out and do it. If you want to do music, find something that's attached to music that you might enjoy and put your time into that, because I just feel like then there's no reason for you to be failing or to drop out. So I still would encourage, you know, for education. The only way you're able to teach people new things is if you learn old things. And I think that's why it's imperative. A lot of people think, like, oh, why must I go to school? I never do these things again. No, learn it so that you can create an even better idea that you can monetize off one day. You know. So for young people, I am still pro school. I'm not going to tell you to drop out. Go and study something, no matter how futile you think it is. Whether it's like whatever, like just study it and study it to the best of your ability and make the most out of it.
Sure, I'm inspired. I'm really inspired. I won't lie, man. The Gigi, man, Job Woods is out. How's the numbers looking like?
The numbers, I mean, it's too early to tell. It just dropped, but from what I'm seeing, track 9 is a favorite. I'm seeing Yo Start with Youngster and 25K is a favorite. I'm seeing Full Clip also is a favorite, but it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. I feel like those are super strong songs, and to think that a lot of people are feeling like the EP sounds like an album, that's even more great for me, because that just puts me under a lot of good pressure to make sure that the album is amazing. And trust me, I'm already on it. We're working on the album. You are going to get the shock of your lives, but that's what we live for. That's what we live for. And you know, like, just shout out to everybody who is pushing, you know, the agenda for South African hip hop right now.
So 2020, your album will be coming out.
Yes.
So please have exclusive on the features. I'm going solo.
So exclusive on features. Okay, May 2020 is the month of release, and I'm just gonna say, like, there's some people from around here and there's some people far away and people, yeah, there's just like a lot of people that we're going to be, and it's super scary because we're on about 70 something songs now that we had to even cut off from the actual EP, hence that's why the EP came about. So we've got so many songs, but I'm still in studio because I just want to make sure that the magic comes out. Like, more than anything, it just needs to be magic. So May 2020, we're doing the album. We're still doing the Gigi Gang show, and 2020 is going to be a good year.
Is that a promise? May 2020?
Guys, I always keep my promises, and especially when you don't have anyone setting the dates for you now. You have no excuse to mess it up. So I'm saying May 2020, you can expect the Gigi Lamayne album. Don't know what I'm going to call it, but yeah.
Thank you, Gigi. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, man.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, huggy. I thought you were going to do that thing again.
Nah, I can't do it.
Yo, what's good? I'm still a girl.
It was Gigi Lamayne. I'm on boy Shawn, Brooklyn. You can catch me on www.kofola.co.za, best SA hip hop radio. I always play your jams.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming through, Gigi.
Thank you so much.
That was Queen. Address as Queen Gigi Lamayne.
King Gigi. King.
Thank you, Gigi.
Thank you so much.
Hey, what's poppin'? It's the Lord of the Jig Ziggler, you know the Jiggy way all day.
Yo, it's your boy Ginger Trill, aka Don Trilliano, aka Young Suave. Whoa.
Yo, what's up? My name is Miss Super.
You niggas are tuned into SA Hip Hop Daily. It's a rap.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.
Shout out my man Shawn Brooklyn.
Shout out to the boy Shawn Brooklyn. That way.